about the gravity? Listen. You know, I'm just good. Yes, Randall G, like some fucking magazine guys. Randall 17, some granny dealers, he and the Linky, didn't reach you. Now I don't know. I suffer with a lot of identity problems, I guess, you know. I'm 45, so might be hearing it like faces some degree there, which all the other crises that I have. Okay, so like I said, I want to say thank you so much for the acting this week for nominating and having me do this. This is my first time speaking. So this is I know I was going to be speaking for like the last 2 months and just, you know, done, put it off, like, wondering what was I going to say. And like, you know, what I think of is, you know, my addiction and my life for almost the entirety of it, coming up to this point, getting into our colleagues song, this was based on mostly care, right? That I've been like a little while late on time. You know, a little background, so I'm 45 years old, from Everett. My parents were very young parents. I have an older brother. And see, you know, I remember mostly in my childhood, it just really just being along most of the time. My parents were always off doing something else, you know, nothing unique. But you know, I had, you know, I think like my age of innocence ended like when they split up when I had, you know, again, it's forced, and like something changed at that point. And my brother as well. My brother was like pretty old, a lot bigger than me, and was a serious anger problem. So one of the first things that I learned how to do was fight. And I fought a lot with him. You know, and then, you know, then when it turned to school, I started acting out, finding that like reaching out to that kind of attention, not understanding myself very well, and being very afraid of being vulnerable. We were very poor, so you know, I try to think back. I don't want to go too far back to my life, but like I remember like in the 3rd grade there was a bully beating up some of my friends again, and I remember standing up to him and just seeing him with my brother and whooped his ass, right? And like you know. His 4th grade, up his 3rd grade, was a big bully. And then everybody was so amazed, like, how I go, hold to break me, right? And that adrenaline rush I got was from that. There was the only being, now in school, you know, the only thing I ever really did was act out or beat up bullies, something like that. I know, that's not posing, right? You know, but I just have a lot of experience in it. And so, and growing up, I got very worried about what other people would think of me. I'm very scared all the time. I was worried that like people were going to, you know, make fun of like my clothes, my dirty shoes. I also have really bad eyesight, so back then I had these like really big BTK glasses, right? I don't know in space, but and I had a big long mullet, right? I didn't really. Like, fighting was the only thing that kept me from, you know, really being picked on, being like a nerd, right? And so that kind of developed my kind of defense mechanism, right? When I deal with fear, I usually just take it head on and just figure it out from then. And that worked out pretty well for me, you know, just to keep myself safe, push it down. Let's see. So like, and that turns into like, what really stopped me about ever asking questions about my addiction or asking myself whether or not, you know, I was an addict, or asking other people for help. Like I always figured I'd just figure it out on my own, right? And use like my cleverness to kind of take on any kind of adversity that came my way. So, let's see. I just got in trouble with school all the time. That I read kind of a class rank. I used to I just run my mouth, but luckily I could back it up, right? I started first using when I was 15, which like is kind of late, and in this group, right? Living longer for I think. But I got problems with my brother's friends for the first time. I remember that, I still remember that feeling. It was like exactly like an exhilarated I'm getting when I'm in cycle, right? Or get that kind of attention rush, all of it in just one. I think it was a St. Irish 40 hours, right? And it was just like, fairly, go, let's do that, right? I just wanted more of it, right? And then like my kind of competitive nature, what I was like, I can do more than you. I can do any, what do you got? Let me take that. I'll do more of it. I will just part it on all the way through, right? And that's all I really wanted to do at that point. I just wanted to just get really loaded. I did a basic for free. I could say all I wanted, be really funny, really, I just wanted somebody to fucking like me all the time. I wanted your attention. I wanted to bring the attention away from how scared of a person I was. I was always really scared, right? I found jobs, I dropped out early in high school, just starting work any little job that I can, and then I started finding, I started becoming a server and then a bartender, right? So I know perfect jobs for an addict, right? Because I could have money in my pocket all the time, and I could always support my habit. And I got in a relationship, and then it was just a big party relationship. She was a lot younger than I was, and I was living basically my life just barely getting by, partying on the weekends, partying a lot, and then I would go near from that to like every single day, and all the time, right? And like I would be the last on standing, right? All these times, and I don't know any drugs specific, but I used to be videos running my face, so I didn't care. I guess like my main go-to for about 13-year-old was alcohol and cocaine, right? What a great combo, right? And that also kind of made me feel like I was different than all of you, right? Because I was doing drugs like ketamine, right? That's expensive shit, right? So I'm going to, and you go to the bar, if you go to someone's birthday party at their house, right? Pull on, leave the heels in the bathroom, right? No, that's acceptable. That's cool, right? It's like, as it cut down, the end of my picture, right? You can't let go about. Sorry. What do you got, spoiled? Yeah. So, what kind of lifestyle like that? That was it for me. That was great. I just party, have a good time, whatever, like, ask my parents for a little bit of life, and once in a while I need to do it, that was it. And then, she was my ex-wife, so we had a long-term relationship there, we had a child, and at that point, I was about 27, and, I was really excited about that. I guess one of the really great things about it is that, I was fortunate enough to have a kid, so a little bit later in my 20s, it's been but most of it, probably just doing whatever I wanted. And that, having my son, really changed something in me, every parent can understand, right? Like having something that you can follow unconditionally, knows what, and that's short, right? So I really took that full walk and really lowered down my use, and it's just so great to follow down and so exciting, right? Somebody who doesn't really have to much success in their life, going job to job, no education, in your 20s, you see a lot of your other friends, they're getting houses, they're getting cars, they're going on vacations, they're getting married, do none of that, right? All my excitement was in the back, right, or in the walk. So I had my kid, and I was really excited. I think And then, so his mom, after breastfeeding, like all of a sudden, that was my first like real window into what addiction was like. Right after that, she she'd never wake up, she'd not make it to work, and I was doing all the duties of taking care of my kid. And one day I remember opening up a bird closet in the room, and there's like stacked like about that high, there's empty sky bug above. And I just wasn't up there, it seemed bugs in the around. So I was like, oh my God, I got a problem, right? So then I spent like about 2 years kind of that enabling kind of, codependent type relationship, trying to figure out, oh, you're supposed to be depressed, you must be this, must be going on, and I don't know what, we're good, so we're gonna cut down, right? That didn't work out, as we all know. Anyway, so then she ended up getting sober at one point with intervention. And, I have a lot of resentment to that, like, from that time, for those years of putting up with all of that and working, working and taking care of my son, basically by myself. And I was needed some thanks or something like that, and this was really rough on me, right? Because we got sober, we split up, and her life just took off, right? And I had no idea what she'd done, but she was going to treatment, and she was in another program, and it worked for like 4 years. And then there I was, split up, living in my own place, and trying to go back to college, right? And that didn't work out because they give you grants, they give you money, right? And that was a lot of money, right? So I was living it up and partying on my own, and really just fueling that addiction, even higher than environment. And still trying to party, still trying to get, do whatever I can. And it just seemed like, with my life, like, it just started like this steady decline, this, living with what's acceptable to me, right? Like, well, I can't pay my bills, but I have enough for rent. That's no big deal, right? Okay, I'm party, blowing most of my money, but like, it's okay, I'll make it up, the next day, right? And I started to see like the world started to change around me as I go in like my 30s, right? I used to say it all the time, like, it's like the life of the party, right? I got to do what? And you always want to be around it, like that joke. I always got shit in my pocket. I'm always down, right? But then I kind of see like, I was the last guy at the party that ended years ago, right? Everybody else moved on to do other shit, right? I was still there, trying to do shit, right? And then I turned to hanging out with people that I'd never fucking hang out with. That's a bunch of weirdos, right? And look around me, that's what they're around me, right? Doing the drugs I never say I ever did, right? And then doing them the way I never said I do, right? And it faded down. I had to switch my phone for some app, because that's all I had. And then from then on, it was all on for about 6 years now. And I went from living, in an apartment, so I lose my jobs, and then living in my car, but I still got a car, right? And then my girlfriend at the time sold my truck, right? But I'm sure she could give it back to me, right? That's good. And then staying in my dealer trap house, right? It's not a trap house, I think, and I'll tell you, and that didn't work out for my thing. So a lot of you guys are pretty sappy around here. You guys started about early. You guys learned the game, right? Street smart, right? And not me. Hell of a exploit, right? I used to be there. I tried to shoplifting, right? I'm really good at it, right? So I had all the time to pull things, come right to the trap house, right? And then the lawn. I'm like, what? Where'd they go? I don't want to. No. We're going to steal it out of my back. Good if you thought. If once just put it there somewhere. I'm sorry. Right? And standing on my truck, right? I don't know what you're talking about. It's like that. And, as this progressed, I spent less time away from my custodian. in between, I had so when my ex-wife, when she got sober, we decided to one day I was having a kid 1 day a week, and she partied real hard the night before, and I didn't wake up, answer the door, and my son answered that, and the whole day at her restaurant, right? And I rolled up in total tears. Like, holy fucking shit, what did I do? I'm gonna lose my son, right? It would have been 1 day a week, right? And she was cutting it back because she said my Ruby, she had wine in her, right? That was a big deal, right? Anyway, so I woke up and I freaked out, and I ran across the street. I was living in LA, and I went to the Rainbow Room. You know where that is? The place that was over there, and I just started crying, bawling, I need help, and I went to like 3 AA meetings that day. And then she let me back in, and I got pretty much sober for about like 6 months. Whereas I'm pretty much really sober, right? We got back together, we had another kid, right? And of course, what a great way to rekindle a relationship and to get down. Life on track is to have another kid. Like, how exciting is that, right? And we were living this one, right? And I said I wanted to be a daughter, right? And I did, and a daughter. And he's sick of that. He's just I think another super blessing for me, but it didn't work out again. We got back to rest bed, and we thought, let's go try and we were married at that time. We said, let's go try and go try and do it one more time. It's like, oh, they're doing babies, right? And like, I'll let right. What's not there? Like the first day, we got fun. The next day, she stayed for the next days into the hotel, drank every single bottle there was in there, and then the mini fridge, and it was a disaster, right? And so that kind of peeled out the toy, and really stayed out of the relationship did not work out. We were no longer together. But anyways, I wanted to mention that I had another kid. That's all I was saying about that. And how much that means to me, right? But okay, so fast forward back to like I ended up being homeless. I'm an IV meth user. And, you just don't realize yet, like, how, when you're in your bottom until, like, until it's too late, right? I figured out we could get another job, like, it's okay. But I wasn't. And I don't want to get too far into that, but, like, I spent from about 2017, the living in a trap house that I lived in. And when we get in 2018, like, someone stole my phone at the trap house, and I said, that's it. I'm going to go off. I'm going to go stay at my dad's house in Bellingham. He's like dead. He's never around. Like, every couple of years, really wants to reconnect with you, right? So I'm expanding to that. And I go in Bellingham, and so in this, let's see here. I've had 3 DUIs between, right? And that's kind of and I went to treatment a lot of times, which they have use. So I went into treatment, but I was always very adamant about not going into inpatient, right? I'm not that guy. I'm real platinum, right? So I lied my ass off with the assessments, and so time I got into outpatient treatment, and I was sitting in outpatient treatment, and I see guys all the time that. The guards come into meetings with your slips to get them signed. That's so fucking awesome. Because you know what I just wrote through it myself, right? Every single time. Never went to a single people. I've got outpatient trip like 5 times. Never went to a single week. They're just real clever with my handwriting. And whenever I still use, I had that face handwriting, right? In a little bottle, right? With a little ink water. I had that in my crotch, right? With my boxers up to my nipples, right? And the other grab a team nice and walk like 3 hours sitting there with my nuts scrubbed white with Are we doing his name? I got the button. Sister. It wasn't so bad. I thought it was just, lying my way on everything. And I really did it. I lied to all the stories, pretend like I knew what I was doing. And that was clean, saying, everything except for any kind of language that we use in here, right? It was the only thing I was missing, right? But that was back and forth. So that was my outpatient treatment thing. So, but I was, not compliant on the other one. I was having work by wrist, so I went to Bellingham, and I decided I didn't know anybody there at all, right? And I decided, okay, like I got to do something different. Like I'm away from my kids, and all my friends are fuckers, right? Like you need to do something else. And I don't know what made me decide to go look up. You haven't been going before, but confidence to do something or there you go. And I went there, and so that kind of went back to Dory Shard, won't go off from there. Town has to use a lot of it. It's kind of, I guess, a lot of those ways, guys, that I'm that, right? That's why I walked here, right? That is my dentist, right? Well, I remember going to me. I had talked to on a longboarding trip, the first time ever. First time on a longboard, I blew out my knee at 4 years old. And so I come in there, and the taxi was, and they said, anybody here with 30 days or less, or 29 days or less, and I said, yeah, 20 days, I'm G. I had to call it, right? Because that's not going to go on my middle name the whole time we've done that. And but anybody could cheap out the today, right? So I'm cheap. Again, that everybody starts about right? I mean, you guys all first meeting, I'm like, what's going on? It's like 2 days of like comes up, gives me a hug. And give me a pizza, right? And then I sit there and I'm like, what's that? Hey, shoot him. How's it going? Then I hear everybody talking, right? And they kept saying, like, they're lying on here. And the most important person here, like, keep coming back, like, each individual, they were talking about the story, and then they heard it read. I was like, keep going, like, one punch you guys know all the time. This is downloading by what do you mean? But it was just something about that experience, right? And like, it was so alien to me. And, but I get that you can feel it immediately, you know, into the shitty. Then you gotta be, you can see people with this sense of peace, right? This sense of like honesty in them, that like there's something is going on with them that you know, that I don't have, right? That I don't get. So I started going back to every meeting I could, right? This is my thing. I go there all the time. And you know, at that point, I was pretty one dance, right? I was rocking all the time, right? I come there, I didn't understand what it was about. I just knew the guys said I could come back, right? And then in NFG, they, you know, you don't call on people there, right? So you can just shadow every fucking walk, right? Oh, great. Well, let me just go ahead and jump in there and tell you guys about my pregnant story, about what's going on with my ex-wife. I don't see my kids anymore, right? That like everybody steals my shit, you know, just going on and puking on me, double dip shit, gun it all that, right? So 2 minutes long, oh, let me give you 5 minutes, right? That's crazy. Like, I didn't get it right, I just didn't, you know, but like, because you said I could just keep going back. Yeah. And thank goodness that, like, you guys tolerate it, right? And I see it now, and, you know, you see him cover coming in, they're at every single meeting, you're like, It's like, they got it either, they gotta say that, right? I know a lot of you guys looked at me because I didn't get it, they're just like, thanks, damn, like, so, I made her no question. She's like, I had a friend of mine, IOP, and she's like, oh, she didn't go to NA, but she's like, oh, one of my friends said he's seen the meeting. Like, oh, yeah, really? He's like, yeah. I asked him, like, you know, Gene is? He's like, no. He's like tall, brown-skinned guy. He's like, oh, the guy who has relationship problems? So I've been on about this, like, oh, I thought he's gonna keep tagging, or again, twice they keep tagging. I remember I was driving with her back from the Belt thing, and she mentioned something, and I go, oh yeah, you know, my ex-wife, and she turns to me, she goes, nobody fucking cares. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. So it's not good for well, it's harsh, but I remember that was a huge aha thing. Oh my God. One. Oh, let me cut that. Oh, the guy did it now. All right. So I switched from that to hear from all the messages that I was hearing today, right? Like people like Harlan, people like Josh P, right? Talking, people like Robert B. You guys don't know, you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, that's Bellingham people over there, by the way. I remember telling her I'm so grateful for her to come up here and share. Thank you so much. I've never heard this. She would talk about the shakes and the sticks as you do an outfit. It's like it's fun to stay at 10 when you don't have to. So I switched my middle up to like sounds and that goes fun. You know, I really just repeating what I heard before because I related it to someone. It really was my truth, but it wasn't really my words, you know, and I really wasn't focused on like how can you help me. I just wanted to tell you like how well I fit in, right? It was very important for me to do that. So I last about 4 months there, and it was like an amazing moment for me going to meetings and just getting to meet everybody that. And my ex-girlfriend looked at talk show back up. All the way clean. And so I went back out, right? And then that was the next step for me. That's when I really got into the needle, you know, that kind of stuff. Sorry about being specific. Come on, all right, you guys know. I ended up, so like, let's see, what am I trying to tell you guys? Like, you know, my experience strengthened hope. My experiences kind of have shaped who I am, and I'm very grateful for everything that's happened in my life because I just would not be able to be here and stand and talk to you guys about it if that wasn't true. I came back, I went back out, and this time the truck was totally gone. And I'm back in Everett, and I decided, I ran into somebody who talked to me about the diversion center on the bus, and she said, yeah, let me pick you up, and you can smoke cigarettes in there, and all these kinds of things. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I get into the diversion center, and I get in there, I'm about 4 days in there. I'm like, where are the meetings at? Where are the meetings? Oh, we don't have meetings. We got one in the week. And I'm like, no, I discriminate. And I said, like, it was, and they feed you jail food, too, right? I don't know. It just spent a lot of time to tell, I mean, for sure. And I found that really insulting, right? Like, you just feed me this crap, and they gave me the 7 days too. It was like Labor Day weekend. I said, fuck this, I'm out. I'm just focusing on my this. Right? Campbell. They're like, that doesn't work out so well. I said, no, it's going to happen. And you know what? Actually, it fucking did. No, that's when the 2019 play came back. Pointless. And thank goodness everyone had like 5 meetings a day. And I was all right? And I'll go sleep out on the street. I'll wake up maybe 8, 6 in the morning because I just don't get up that early, right? And then I would just be in the meeting, right? And then I come in here, spew all this building that fire. That I just did, right? Here I am, right? I'm just trying to make you guys fucking look because I have to prove myself to you all the time. But like, lucky enough, like I did make some friendship that like, you know, I was maybe not very toned down, but like, you know, people did. I guess we just fucking keep showing up. People will fucking like you, all right? Or at least they'll know who you are, right? Like, they'll bet you work, right? It was a kid, right? It's the service, right? Service. So that's kind of like where I really just done up with the activities and I love activities, guys. You know, I was active in any kind of way I could. I did every sort of position I could. I was different home group meetings. You know, all the time. And, but like, I still was keeping people like at a safe distance. Like, I really was putting out this kind of personality, the same one that I've always used my entire life, that can't be safe, that kept from you seeing I'm just a bullying, scared person all the time. And like, but I made friendships, but like, I didn't really hang out with anybody, but right, the only person I have out with were my kids, and they were kind of back in my life, and I went over to their moms, and while she was still using, and I feel so proud of myself. She's using, what? I'm perfectly good. You know, this is perfectly fine. You know, going to the bathroom, spending time with my kids, and being so happy. And then COVID hit. This is 2020. And I was in the right, so I was homeless for about 3 months, finally got into clean sober, but figured out what the hell those things were about. Because I'm not doing, and the COVID hit, And everything just stopped, right? No 5 meetings a day, no fragrant Andy sharing talking to me 5 times a day. Well, none of that interaction, all that was gone, right? And there's walks in my house, right? And guess what? A lot of it's good fun, right? Because that's what that fucking quality of was. So I always been smiling, being happy, real positive, right? And so nobody was checking on me, right? Nobody, and I didn't want to because I had already decided I was going to go back out at that point because I had already been seeing it and been around it for the last 8 months. I go over to my ex-wife's house to, I said, okay, I'm coming over, I want to use, and then there, boom, I used, right? And it's a progressive disease. I mean, this shit hit me fast, right? Kind of like, my mind was so gone, right? Right back to the paranoia and everything like that. And I was there for about 3 days, and the next day I'm in a pipe behind the smoke shop in Mary's called Say Street, and freaking crazy, right? And that was just straight up, nowhere to go, homeless, out on the street, surviving by, picking up and boosting shit, right? And that was the life I lived from there till about 2021. I was over to say, in 2021, 2020, I got arrested. I've been boosting from every single story you can think of, right? And going back multiple times. And I was at a casino and I won like $1,500, right? And I'm like, oh, cool, and I got 2 backpacks already, right? But I'm just going to Walmart now. I'm going to buy like all these cool things for Christmas, right? So I'm just buying shit this time, right? And they're following me around, and they with a big stuff over like, fuck you, I have receipts. I'm actually buying this. How dare you, right? Because they arrested me, and I went for the cops. And I fuck you, I'll wait for the cops. You guys are arresting me. When it turned out I had a warrant. Right? Now that's jail, right? So, and I thought, the next day, I was just for failing to comply with my treatment. Big fucking deal, right? Well, I'm doing my kid things. I got going in for 30 days, right? And really pissed off. And this getting to the point here, I sitting in jail and thinking about, okay, I'm going to stay clean, or no, I didn't care. I had 30 days, right? I was going to be stuck in there. Somebody told me, hey, you can get on this box program. I'm like, I'm not even going to open that. Well, you can get loaded on it. No, and I get in there, and luckily I did, right? It wasn't the dumbest thing I could do because I didn't realize you withdraw from that shit. That's how fucking dumb it is, right? But I tried everything I could in jail, did the treatment, transfer me over, but they said, oh, fuck care. They'll give you the plan, Joe. That doesn't say that but they'll give you some fucking NATs, right? The next day. And so I was just sitting in jail, getting a little bit of time, waiting for my time. But the one that really pulled me out of that is that they have, because I was on the MAT program, they gave me a casework. And when I got out, she talked to me, and she gave me a phone, and finally and I was just crying to her, and all this. It was so nice to have somebody just listen to me and talk to me and care for me, and I was smitten with her for a while. But I have, of course, the love of my life, joy, or it is my girlfriend, just sitting down. Thank you very much. Yes, right? By the way, I had 2 years and 7 months ago. I took a lot of things up, but now I have a lot of story about here. But so she said, will you go into treatment? And I was just like, yeah. So I went into treatment. So I did, just because she asked me to, right? I didn't want to be away from my kids that long. I didn't think. I didn't want to be in the conversion center, right? Because I get clean on my own, but this time I just decided to do it. And I've been through all kinds of really cold, freezing nights outside, wet socks, dirty ass underwear, right? Just the nastiest, out there, right? Dirty needles, all that kind of stuff at that point. Hallucinating, psychosis, spending most of my time on the Swift bus, trying to wait for people following me, right? I still get flashbacks when I just drive around town. But I decided this time I had to do something different. And I said, all right, this time, Brady, you're going to just do whatever the fuck anybody tells you to do. And then when I go into treatment, wherever I fucking go, I'm gonna be the fucking A+ star. I mean, I don't fucking want this. You give me an assignment and that fucking information, I'm gonna fill out the whole page, right? Everything, right? And then I realized in this talking, like, and the people that I met here in Everett, they just all surrounded me. I got out of treatment, right? They really, and I said, right, I just decided to let them love me, right? Let them come in and help me. My sponsor over here, John Paul, we take out to the dinner all the time. My really good friend, Tyler over there, in Everett, I met him too. He's the only guy who let us sleep on his couch, right? I don't know why. Anyway, so I've been clean ever since, guys. I got every single service position that, I was at one point every comedian ever. HIPI, Coal Lines, Taylor Can, Wally Creek, and activities, right? Not having like, but I was lucky that like I didn't have to go back to work right away, and I just really decided I was going to do my best at this, and I'm so grateful. The update now, the guy who didn't have to work, like I got a car now, I've got a good paying job. My daughter's now back on life full time, and my son, he's 18, he's in poly now. Well, I'm still working on that relationship, but like come here to these, I used to think like, I was waiting my kids for 2 months, and it was just complete hell. But I've been coming in to hear people's stories, they haven't their kids in years, right? Or they work so hard to get them out. Like some people with 10 years until they reunite with their kids, and some don't, but like, and that's such a beautiful thing, right? And that's one of the most beautiful things that happens here when you're back with our family. And so I just say, I give it up to my higher power, right? That like at some point, he's okay, right? He doesn't, I can sit here and worry about what's happening to him all the time, and wish I could be there and feel guilty about those things. Those things are out of my control, right? What I can do now is just be the best man I can be, right? To not let him here, right? I go out and do that and work out. And then I just have hope that and someday I'll be reunited with it, right? That it will happen. And I'll wrap this up like I think about, I'm on my third step now. I'm working and finish my second book to my third step, right? And my higher power, like I was really anti-religious, so I kind of think that like these things that happen in my life, all the terrible things, and they led me to here. And when I first came here, all I wanted to do was see my kids again. I didn't want to be back with them. I just down, and I felt so much guilt, right? I didn't realize all these other things I didn't have. The last relationships, friendships I have in here, the love I get here, the satisfaction of doing service work that I get to do here every time. It's just amazing. And then the outwardly things like having my own apartment, paying my bills most of the time, all those things, those are just bummers. Like I didn't know there was a life like this for me to live. I'm so grateful for it. And with all that evidence in there, right, and it's really easy to see that like there's something that I have hope that I can live, that have faith that the things that I have had are going to happen. Because look what's happened in less than almost 3 years, right? You got from my life, the complete turn. So that's the truth that I have, that I know that like I can have faith and hope for things in the future because they happen, and then they will, right? And I just take it, one day at a time, just keep working, building. So, I'm so great. I was scared as hell coming up here, but I knew you guys, would have to be here. Just so, anyways, big shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to have it.